So firstly, sitting down. We tend to sit towards the back of the chair. If we sit towards the back of a chair or a sofa, often our energy tends to be a bit collapsed, like the spine gets a bit lazy, the neck gets a bit collapsed. I read a terminology the other day, text neck. I hadn't heard of that before. So text neck is people looking at their phone, and there's a text neck. And I'd heard of office neck, which is neck gets a bit collapsed when we work a lot on the computer. So when you're sitting, and if the elbows are collapsed towards the back, the body's very weak, like all the energy is a bit collapsed. So if you're working in the office on a computer, ideally sit forward a bit, and elbows, if just notice the difference. If you put the elbows behind you, just feel a bit weak, a bit collapsed. Put the elbows forward a bit, and it makes a big difference. The elbows in front. So sometimes we tend to work like this, drive like this, elbows forward, already the energy is awakened, if you like. And sitting towards the front of the chair. So your sit bones or your hips on the front of the chair, feet flat on the ground. And then move the spine a little bit. Wiggle the tailbone like your hips. Just move the hips a little bit. This releases the spine. And just feel the head slightly released upwards. The spine always wants to extend and not be collapsed. So when you activate it from the base up, just feel the head slightly floated up. Releasing the neck a little bit. And the neck is a very delicate area. So we're going to do a little bit for strengthening the neck. Now, we did some slapping before. If you put the fingers together and just tap the shoulders, just feel the hand going quite deep into the muscles. This slapping, or this way of putting the fingers together, really goes deep into the muscles and relaxes the whole area. So on the shoulders especially, and arms, just notice this. And on the head, you can just do it with the fingertips. Head's a bit more delicate. And the back of the neck, fingers together. Just feel how it wakes up, awakens the back of the neck. This area that tends to be a bit dormant or get a bit lazy when we're sitting. So fingers together and wake it up a bit. And the back of the neck sometimes gets a bit collapsed or creased. So if you put the back of the hand, the right hand, close the fingers, put the back of the hand over the back of the neck, turn the hand so the palm is holding the neck, fingers closed. Just feel the neck a bit smoother and a bit supported. Close the left hand, put it over the right. So both hands supporting the neck. You can lean back a bit, left to right, just feel the neck strengthen, but kind of smoother. If it's smoother, the energy can flow up and down. Sometimes it gets stuck, doesn't quite reach the brain. So we get the energy, we get, tired, or we get, don't feel inspired or creative. So the neck is a really important area to keep open and smooth. And the hands can just rest and lean there. And then from the back of the neck, you just push up. You like cleaning this area upwards from the back of the neck. Then close the hands again, right and left. Put the right on top of the neck, left on top of the right. Again, lean back, open, smooth the neck. You can open the elbows, close, just try different ways. But the main thing is the back of the neck is opening up, smooth. Push up, one more time, close fingers. When the fingers are closed, energy is contained. Right hand over the neck, holding it, left hand on top. So we're going to go through the neck, lower back, arms, hands, knees, do the whole body. Give it a good workout. Sense the smooth feeling on the back, support is one of the main things to sense. Sometimes the neck doesn't quite feel supported or connected fully with the spine. So this way we're reconnecting it fully. Push up. Okay. Then arms. And above the elbows, slapping above the elbows and rubbing. This area sometimes also a bit creased or squashed. And the arms rubbing, slapping, rubbing underneath the elbow. Other side. Above the elbow, close the fingers, slapping and rubbing. And forearm, rubbing. Then hands, just rubbing the back of the hands, one hand rubbing the other hand, back of the hands, the knuckles. So we use the hands, as we mentioned, so much for work. So this way we'd want to open up the energy in the hands, which also benefits the body. So you can work helping the body through the hands and then cleaning the inside of the knuckles as well. The fleshy part of the hand of the palm, just line up the two hands and rub the fleshy part of the palms. One way, the other way. Sense the warmth building up. And then the thumb, the fleshy part of the thumbs together. One way, the other way. The three fingers rubbing together, the root of the fingers, the whole hand. After you rub quite a bit, you might sense as if the hands almost reject each other, like the energy between the hands is full. The hands become warm. It's like energy is full there. Do something on the wrists. So just collapse the wrists a few times. A lot of energy stuck often in the wrists as well. So just collapse from the wrists. Then move the wrists one way, the other way, opening up the wrists. A lot of energy tends to be stored or stuck in the joints, the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders. So you can do this sitting and just keep yourself actively energized and kind of alert as well. You notice as you work on the hands, the mind also will become more alert. Okay, then above the knees, just some slapping above the knees. So we're sitting, but this is strengthening also the legs, bringing the attention just above the knees. And then lower back. For this one, we could just stand up, and we can do it sitting down as well. But when you stand up, just rubbing the back, the lower back area with the back of the hands. And if we want to go deeper, just make a fist with the hands and like waking up the lower back, the center especially of the lower back. This area called the Ming Men in Chinese, gate of life. We tend to sit on this area, the coccyx, this area, and often energy can be blocked here as well. So it's like waking up this area, back of the hands, rubbing. Close the fingers, back of the hands, then turn the hands, close the fingers, like holding the kidney area. And you can just sit again, holding the lower back, the kidneys. Sense the warmth infusing into the kidneys and lower back. So this area tends to get very blocked through so much sitting as well. And especially when we sit back on the chair, we don't even realize often that these areas get a bit blocked, a bit stuck. So when you're sitting like this, feet into the earth, even when the feet are just resting on the earth, we still have this earth connection, helps us stay grounded and the energy still moving down through the body and around the body. Spine is straight, extended. You can move the tailbone a bit again. Feel the head floated up slightly. So if you can keep the energy moving and awake, you don't need to take much time off work to do something for your lower back, for the spine. We'll do something in a minute for the head. Then your mind can be more creative. You can feel more inspired. The energy isn't stagnant or stuck. We want to keep the energy moving. And with the breathing, just remind ourselves, breathing out from the mouth, in through the nose. We keep exchanging the air in the body, refreshing the air in the body. So in the membership group, we do different sessions every time on different aspects of the QiGong practice, how to learn the self-healing form, but then we do things like the 5 animal practice to help strengthen the body. We do meditation to calm the mind, help the emotions, and basically learn how to bring ourselves back to balance. So if we can keep the body in balance, especially at the moment, and when you're working, keep the energy moving, definitely will help to boost the immune system and ideally to prevent, any illness that's going around. But if we do get ill and your energy is well contained, well conserved, then you recover quickly as well. So QiGong is in that respect, it can help you on both levels to, on the one hand, avoid, hopefully, illness. And secondly, if you do get ill, recover very quickly. So gentle rubbing here before you detach, then hands come off. So we'll do something now for the mind, for the head to calm down. So just rub the hands together and clean off like we did earlier from the face. This is good, when we're worried or anxious, just clean it off, clear it off the face. And then clean the division between the hair and the face. This is where sometimes the tension, headaches get stuck. Anybody has a headache, this can clear it very quickly. You clean this line between the hair and the face, between the yin and the yang. Often the hair is too much, too heavy, and the thoughts are too heavy here. Here we're cleaning this area. Behind the ears. We did it earlier, but just push the hair up at the back as well. Especially if you have long hair, then it tends to weigh on the back. So just like feel this clearing feeling at the back, like a lightness. And then move the energy front to the back of the head. Front to the back, front to the back. This is clearing the mind, the thoughts. If you look up, imagine breathing into the eyes, into the brain. Head becomes clearer. And I know many of us don't have that much time to meditate, do mindfulness, but even 5 minutes, I'll show you a very simple technique to clear the mind, to get the energy settled, settle the emotions. And this is very simple. So we'll just do 5 minutes of this, then we'll finish off this part. So the hands just facing each other above the head. When the hands face each other like this whole area becomes clearer. If we close the eyes in a minute, when we meditate, it's like leaving everything out. Sometimes when we do mindfulness or meditation, we bring everything in. We actually want to leave it all out. We just want to have a clear, empty mind for a while. Then we can get maybe inspiration, solutions, ideas. So hands face each other here. Look up, feel head open, we're sitting well, spine is straight, then hands come to the front, cross the wrists, and then close the fingers, rest on the knees, and close the eyes gently. So as I said earlier, even with stillness, there's a lot going on. It's not that nothing's happening, and we all need, I believe, a balance of movement and stillness. So we just spend just a few minutes. Sense the mind quite clear. Sense the spine down to earth, up to the sky, extended. Feet into the earth. Breathing, to go deeper into the breathing, you can just use the nose, breathing in and out from the nose. Put a smile on the face, take it easy. You put a smile on the face, even if you have to force it, is okay. But imagine every cell of the body is smiling. The body just lightens up, it drops off a lot of this holding or tension. Tongue can rest on the upper roof of the mouth, on the upper palate. When the tongue rests there, quite good if you notice saliva created. If you have saliva, just swallow deeply. In QiGong terms, it's like the Jing, the watery aspect is the physical aspect. So it helps the physical body. When you create saliva, you know body is in good shape. Swallow deeply, it nourishes the whole system. Head clear. If the thoughts come, just let them come. Like clouds, let them float off. But we can put the attention on the breathing through the nose, attention on the feet, on the spine. Allow the mind just to switch off for a couple of minutes. Just reinforce the image before we finish. Every cell smiling, whole body open. Head clear. Feet into the earth. Body aligned. Energy contained. Close, open the hands, like make a fist. Feel the physical body more clearly. Move the fingers, become clearer. So this is a very simple one to remember, and don't have to do it for too long because we're all here in the evening. I appreciate we haven't got so much time, but you can do this for longer. So just feel the head clear. This is kind of gathering the energy back. The wrists together gathers the energy back. You close the fingers, also contains the energy. You rest them on the knees. So all these movements and actions have a meaning. And I'll just show you a final one, which is very useful if people are a bit older or if you have parents or grandparents who are a bit weaker, on how you can gather your energy in the whole body while you stand up and sit down. Sometimes, so actually we can do this together. If you imagine, not imagine, just stand in your normal way from sitting. Okay, stand up. Sit, stand. Just feel how the body feels. A bit heavy, bit of an effort when you stand. So just show you this QiGong technique, like magical technique. The right hand, you drop it to the right and put the thumb to the middle of the hand as far as possible, like this. Like close the hand with the thumb, but first drop the hand to the right, close the thumb to the middle, stand up. Just notice the ease. This is like gathering energy to the spine. Open the hand, close, and do it without closing the hand. Just notice the difference. Bit of an effort. So close the hand with the thumb, which relates to the spine. Close, all your energy gathered together. And it gives you like a boost of energy. Same with sitting down. Sometimes when we sit, we collapse. It's like, and you often see people when they sit, it's like, finally they can let go of the body. Actually, stand. When you sit, also you can gather the energy. Sitting, gather, 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 feel aligned. You sit, the whole body is more aligned. Then if you're working in a more aligned way, you have more energy, better health. But as I said, sometimes energy is leaking off because of our habit and our posture. So standing, sitting. This is good in the mornings. When you wake up in the morning, sometimes you sit on the edge of the bed, feel a bit kind of tired, you push yourself up. Just gather your energy. You're gathering your energy to the center. Gather, stand up, get going. So, thanks for listening. I'd love it in the comments. If you put in, I completely forgot to say at the beginning, how you felt out of 10. Say it was, 4, how you feel now. Do you feel any different? Do you feel more energy, clearer? Anything, just put into the comments. Start at the start, what you were, what you are now, always useful for other people to see as well. And can you put any questions into the chat and I will answer them. And if anyone needs to go, you can go, but I will answer questions in the chat about QiGong and anything else. Let's have a look. You can sign up. I've put the link in. I'll put it in again to the chat. And if you click on the, where are you? Where is it? On the blue link, Flowing Health monthly membership. If you click on that, it takes you to the monthly membership. But I'll save the chat anyway. Oh, good. Calmer and lighter. Great. Yeah. Yeah. You click on the blue link, monthly membership, and the first 10 will get one-to-one session customized to your needs. And I really appreciate that. So any comments? Let's have a look here. 4 to 9, brilliant. Maria Dolores, fantastic. Wow. Feel clearer, yeah. Thank you, Trisha. Night, night. Okay, always find slight bending. Okay, we're gonna do something on bending the knees in a minute. Okay, that's good. Felt tired at the beginning, felt good, yeah. So let me show you something on the knees. That's a good question. Now, the knees are tricky because our habit tends to be that we lock the knees often without knowing. If you have a look at people standing, often their knees are rigid like this. That blocks the energy. And if we bend them too much, that also blocks the energy. So the way to do it is straighten the knees. Imagine somebody behind you gently pushing your knees with their finger, just gently. So straighten, imagine somebody pushing, pushing, pushing. That's it, soft, we call it a soft bend. When you bend it softly, it takes all the pressure off the lower back and feet into the earth, strongly rooted. Notice the difference. So if you straighten, energy is blocked. Too bent, a bit collapsed. So straighten, soft bend, soft bend, soft. Feel the feet into the earth, grounded. So quite important, the knees, often what happens is energy comes down to the knees and then leaks off from the knees, or hips. You know, if people have problems with the hips, you have to do more slapping, strengthening, remind the hips they belong to you. Sometimes the body, it's forgotten. Parts of the body become forgotten. What happens? The energy leaks from there, then we have a big problem. So in QiGong, got to keep this energy flowing. Great, good questions. Any more questions, any comments? Let me just have a look. And if you need to go, you're welcome to go. And lifting up out of the chair. Yes, lifting up is very good for older people. And also, I'll tell you something about that one, is very good. This one, there's quite a few of these that help to gather the energy of the whole body. So for example, if you're going upstairs, and this is good for older people as well, if you're going upstairs, you gather the energy to the middle, bring the energy to the middle here, and then the spine is stronger, more aligned. So notice that if you go up the stairs and you're holding onto the banister, you do this, and you're gathering the energy to the center. So a lot of QiGong has these very simple, very effective techniques for everyday use that you can do. But I think for now, for tonight, it was more to do with optimizing health at work, starting the day well, and get your energy moving in the body. With this COVID thing at the moment, if you get your energy moving, flowing, definitely you'll be able to fight it off. And if something does happen, you can recover quickly. Recover quickly because you can do a lot of these practices to move the energy through and around the body. So hopefully you will all stay well and safe. And I'll send a recording to you all. And let me just see if there's any more questions, and then we can end this. Okay, great. Well done, Laura, feeling better. And yes, good stuff. I think we've covered most things. I can't see any more questions. I will stop recording.